Hey, welcome to Unscripted Real Estate Talk. Craig Lurch, eXp Realty Luxury in the Philly and suburban market. We're coming to you live from WWDB AM Talk Radio. It is Wednesday morning, and I love Wednesday mornings because it is like everybody says halfway through the week. I look at it as it's just another day, but I get to spend this 30 minutes with you sharing great ideas and the things I love about this city of Philadelphia. Unscripted Real Estate Talk, it is all live. It is not rehearsed, so this is not a reality show. We're going to have some fun today with a good friend of mine and extraordinaire service-minded gentleman in the real estate business, and I'm going to introduce him in a second. But, hey, if you ever want to reach out to me, 267-214-7728. Please follow us on YouTube, Craig Lurch Selling 215. Also follow us on Unscripted Real Estate Talk and Craig Lurch Selling 215 on Instagram. All right, our topic today is going to be going from the hospitality world, and not just the hospitality world, the Four Seasons hospitality world, and jumping into the real estate market for almost a decade now. We have George Chavanne. I said it right.
Perfectly said.
There you go.
Perfectly said.
Keep that a little closer. There you go. I was saying Chavanne earlier. It's Chavanne. There you go. After, now it's that French that's on there.
That's right.
You've been doing this sidekick out of the bartending and service world of the Four Seasons for how long now? Going on 10 years? So
not physically being at the Four Seasons anymore.
Yep.
When I was doing it, I was doing both for about 5 years. So, it was a marriage of kind of both things at the same time.
It's fun because you know what? I always tell everybody, my three funnels are change lives, make money, and have fun. And in changing lives, it's helping everybody and everything you do, whether it's holding a door, whether it's, taking care of, people that were bartenders or maitre d's, whatever it might be, working with other realtors, letting people pull out in front of you, doing something. And the only other person who changed lives and didn't do it with making money was Mother Teresa, and I say that all the time.
Craig, when I think of Mother Teresa, I think of you, and when I think of it's synonymous.
It's synonymous.
I got to make money. Mother Teresa, it's like you guys are twins.
There we go, and we got to have some fun. So, but you went from a unique industry that I actually started. I was in the bartending business when I was in graduating college, and then became an SOB in real estate, son of a broker, and was thrown in it and going from there. But it's fun stuff. And you know what's nice about it? And I tell everybody, city of Philadelphia is gritty. It's passion. It's, the city of brotherly love. It's the birthplace of the United States. We got the 250th birthday going on here, man.
Right. Yeah.
This is like, woohoo. We got the soccer in here. We've got all the other stuff.
A lot of stuff happening right now.
I'm telling you, it's number 5 on Zillow for visitors, number 1 in visitors from New York Times saying this year. And that's huge. But I always say the first line of people with experience in the city of Philadelphia is the hospitality people.
I agree. When I worked there, you were, your focus was, of course, giving an experience. I worked in the bar and lounge area and the restaurant area. So I wasn't dealing with rooms, things of that nature, but you were more of a concierge style. You were like, if someone said, where can I get this or where can I get that? You had to kind of be aware of what was going on in the city, what that clientele needed and wanted. And what, as you said, what events are going on?
Exactly.
Who are these people? Why are they here?
Exactly.
If it's you and your wife for their anniversary, that's one thing. But if you have an influx of people for certain events, and we're a big draw.
City of Philadelphia is great. I mean, it's not crazy like New York. It's not like Washington, but Philly's Philly. That's what it is. All right, born and raised, you're a South Philly boy.
I'm a South Philly guy. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And, down.
Don't hold it against me.
There you go. I love South Philly. My wife's in the 19th and Wolf area. But what do you love about this city? Give me a couple things. I mean, you born and raised here. Why would somebody want to live here? What do you love about this city?
So I think the one thing about Philly is, and it's going to sound cliche, but I'm going to be straight with you here. It's the big town, small town feel.
Yeah, exactly.
You are in a big city. You are in a major hub. There's a lot of stuff going on. But you still get that neighborhood feel where you know people. And it's not so much hustle and bustle that you can't know your neighbor, like your neighbor, be friends with your neighbor. It's not the suburbs, so maybe you're not, everyone's not coming over one person's house for a barbecue, but you do have that camaraderie. That's one thing I love about it. To speak about restaurants and events, we have everything here.
We have Michelin's, 5 stars. We've got joints. We got Dirty Frankie's for burgers.
Yeah, would you pick whatever you want on that spectrum of food and hospitality? It's here for you. Mm-hmm. You know, you want high end, you go high end. You want just a casual walk into a corner, get a great burger. You can get a great burger in a corner spot. You can get a great beer. You know what I mean?
Triangle Tavern.
Forever, right? Forever was a hot spot. So I think that's part of it. I think there's something about the ability to have so many choices in Philadelphia, and we can be suitable to so many different types of people. Yeah. And I think that's probably one of my favorite things about Philly. It's not just one group of people. We are truly diverse in every aspect of Philadelphia.
We're going to get into the communities and the neighborhoods that you like and that you sell a lot in a second. But favorite cheesesteak? I got to ask. Come on. You and I, we were at Varallo's Bakery the other day. Someone say Varallo's is,
I'm going to give a shout out to Varallo's. I love Varallo's. Check it out. It's a great bakery.
1600 block of South 10th. You gotta go. Fantastic cannolis.
Yes.
Cheesecake, not cheesesteak. Cheesecake is fresh, not like being moved around from some other places that we're not going to mention.
We're not going to talk poorly about people who aren't here to defend themselves. So Varallo Bakery, wonderful. Favorite cheesesteak? I mean, that's a tough one. I'm probably going to say John's roast pork.
All right. All right, John's got some good. He's roast pork, but he's also got great cheesesteaks.
You know why? And I will also say, and I want to give a shout out to one of my local spots, Phil's Cheesesteaks.
Really?
Yeah, I like Phil's.
Where's Phil's at?
Phil's is right on 23rd and Passyunk.
There, I've seen it. I know it.
They're family owned forever, 24/7. They're always open. I mean, it's a good cheesesteak. It's a really good cheesesteak. Nice people working.
There you go. You know what? It goes down to the community and where it's at.
I agree.
All right, we're going to play a little Did You Know? We're going to do a little silliness here
today.
Oh,
geez, I didn't even get prepared for this.
I know. Did you know today is? I always do these national days. Today, it's Ash Wednesday. Yes, it is. But it's also National Drink Wine Day.
I would never. I mean, but the people like come up with like Hot Dog Day. I don't know. It's just like nonsense.
But here's the question: you were in the hospitality industry today. Are you a red wine guy or a white wine guy?
I am a red wine guy.
There you go. Cab or Pinot, which one?
I am a big fan of Bordeaux's. So snooty as it sounds, my last name is French. But as snooty as it sounds, it's it's a nice blend. It's Cab and Merlot, kind of goes with everything.
I got what you. All right, we're gonna go there. That little homemade from South Philly.
I can do my jug wine if I have to with a little sip glass. We can go there.
Drinking some Parmesan Reggiano. Yeah. All right, the other one is this is crazy. I got to say, National Cow Milked While Flying in an Airplane Day. I'm not even going to go there. Just let it go. But I'm just saying. All right, now that we talked about that, let's get into some real.
I don't even know where we're going after that.
All right, let's talk about real estate here. All right, real estate. You were talking about Phil's in South Philly, and the 23rd and Passyunk. That's what's nice about the city of Philadelphia. You have different communities within the big city. You have different suburbs. You have the farmland in Bucks County and some of the more Victorian Doylestown and Newtown. And you have Yardley that's been built up. And then you've got different parts of Ambler and Montgomery County that's taking place. You have Lower Gwinnett, then you have the main line, and then you have Ardmore, and then you go down in the Delco, you have the Westchester area, you have all these Radnor, you have all these areas that break Philly into different communities. I mean, those restaurants, those people want to come here. What community, what areas do you really turn you on? That you think, give me 2 or 3. If you have got 3, let me know. Let's start with number 1.
So you're talking about people who you think are...
No, areas that you like selling that you think is a really cool area in the hot market right now.
I'm going to go with my heart for a second, and then I'm going to go with also where I think people are kind of gravitating to.
Okay.
So, being born and raised South Philly, I do love, I guess what they would now call the Stadium District. Your that area around Lincoln Financial and everything.
Barbara Capozzi's doing a great job with that.
She's killing it. She builds beautiful homes. She's a pioneer.
Yeah, they keep it clean too.
Oh yeah,
It's not easy. I mean, there's a whole stadium area, and you can't park there unless you have a permit, right?
It's almost like a small city. Kind of what they're doing with the naval base, how they transitioned the naval base into, which was an actual small city in reality when it was an actual naval base, right? And they're trying to make that center city south. I know you've heard of the plans where they're going to extend the subway line. We don't know if that's actually going to happen, but I think that is going to be, if I want to also transition to kind of like second area, that is not an actual area yet, but will be an area for people to really consider.
Especially with the big the refinery's been taken down. Now they're building these huge distribution centers that I think is Amazon and other places, especially with the airport there. It's really going to help the neighborhood. It's packed in there, and it's really neat to go in there and see the ships. So if you're visiting the city, you definitely want to try to get down to the Naval Yard. There's some restaurants in there. You can always go to South Philly. You can always find places to eat that are open early. I love the saloon, but remember, you got to go to Open Table, find Frankie Santora, or get to the bar right at 4:30, 5 o'clock, and go and sit upstairs with Rob.
You're gambling with it if you don't have a plan. You got to go with a plan.
You got to go with a plan. Even if you know them, you're not getting a table.
Exactly. I mean, the Naval Yard with is already has.
And all that new construction, the townhouses that are there.
Yeah, I mean it's amazing, and the values. It's almost we become complacent, I guess, in like thinking of like how things used to be. Things are not the same way they were. Philly is I wouldn't say a global city. We're not a London, Paris, LA, but we are a strong second tier.
I'll be honest. When we're out taping for our show, our TV show, Selling 215 Made in Philly, a lot of people stop and talk to us because of the cameras and stuff, and they're visitors.
Oh yeah,
you'd be surprised at how many visitors, especially on the art museum steps. How many visitors go and run those art museum steps? Love to see Rocky. Or over by the stadiums, because I like to see the sports stuff, and you have live and all that stuff in there. But let me tell you, there's a lot of tourism. It's going to be the number one this year with the 250th birthday.
I'm going to tell you right now, when I was still working at the Four Seasons, once again, you become complacent. You're almost kind of like, you think everyone goes to Disney World, right? Everybody goes to Hawaii.
Yeah.
It is amazing the amount of people that come for the history and just want to know something about Philadelphia and want to and truly enjoy it. Yeah. They're really truly enjoying it, and we don't have sandy beaches.
No.
Right. We don't have the insane hustle and bustle of New York. There's something comforting about Philadelphia.
I mean, you could literally, if you really want to walk from the river Boathouse Road all the way down to the river of Delaware Avenue. If you really wanted to do it and take your time and stuff like that. But you're talking about a city that signed the 13 original colonies. The Constitution was started here. Did you know?
We were a capital at one time.
Well, you know that City Hall is the largest municipal building, government-owned municipal building in the country. 14 acres of floor space in that building. 14 acres, 88 million bricks took to build that place. It's crazy. And it's in our city. And our challenge is we don't even think about the Liberty Bell. We're like, okay, it's the Liberty Bell.
Right.
Big deal. If you live in the city, even if you don't live in the city, go see the Liberty Bell. It's our thing. It's the 250th birthday. Just like we were talking about the Philadelphia Zoo. The Philadelphia Zoo has 700,000 visitors a year. There is one zoo in Pennsylvania that does more.
I don't doubt it.
But you know where it's at? Plymouth Meeting, right in Norristown.
Which is?
The Elmwood Zoo.
Right.
1.2 million people. Listen to me, everybody. Go to the Elmwood Zoo. 1.2 million people. They have cheetahs there. They got giraffes there. They have the 5 bald eagles, the 3 that don't fly for Eagles games, the 2 that do fly for the Eagles games, and the 1 eagle that was in the Budweiser commercial in the Super Bowl is here in Philly at the Elmwood Zoo.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, we all know, I shouldn't say we all know. I think people growing up in Philadelphia, we take a lot of pride in being first so many things. Ben Franklin, of course, gave us everything. Library, fire department. I could just keep going, right? those type of things, those firsts, are very important. But not only that, they've maintained them and kept them beautiful. Our art museum gets every wonderful exhibit. I mean, every wonderful exhibit that is touring, as a touring exhibit, we get. Mm-hmm. People come here, and
660,000 square foot.
It's iconic. It is. You know, one of the things that that everyone thinks of course, Rocky, the steps. That'll never go away.
72 steps.
God bless Sly Stallone. I met him. He's a nice guy. And so I met a lot of celebrities at the Four Seasons. But
and also, you got a lot of celebrities that are clients too. So that all your clients are celebrities. I might have the sports and entertainment designation for working with them, but again, as far as I'm concerned, every one of my clients, and I work with everything from a first-time home buyer to the luxury to commercial. You live with that "it's my pleasure" attitude,
of course,
and that's where it comes down to. That's why you're successful in what you've done in business. You transform that from service at the bar in the real estate. All right, let's go back to real quick one second. So you're talking the Naval Yard area. You were talking South Philly. What's another area you think?
That I really would say, really think that people are gravitating towards makes sense. I mean, there are some places that have already kind of been established, like your Northern Liberties. That of course is beautiful and things like that. For me, I foresee people kind of going in a almost near the suburbs, but not suburbs. And I think a lot of those areas around
outlining now.
Yeah, I mean it's people are looking for. I mean, everyone's looking for something different, but I think people are starting to understand what you had said. There are row homes. Mm-hmm. There are twins. There's Northeast Philly has front lawn, back lawn, ranchers. There's just so much diversity in what you can buy and what you can enjoy. And I'm not someone who I try and tell people at the end of the day, it's what makes you happy.
And again, it's not, you can afford homes. And if you want to buy a home in 2026, this is a great opportunity. If you want to buy in 2027, reach out to myself or George, and we'll tell you how to get in touch with George too, in how we can help you to that plan, at least set the plan. You want to buy investments, there's DSCR loans we were talking about. There's 1031 opportunities. There's buying with your 401k that we talked about. But I want to throw an area to you, Grace Ferry. Mm-hmm. You can get a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, brand new construction with a roof deck for $450,000.
You get, yes.
You take that and you put it down in South Philly, you're talking $1.2 million, $900, $1 million. Mm-hmm. You take that and put it in Fishtown, you're talking $800 to $1.1 million. You take that and you put it down around 2nd Street. Mm-hmm. That's right, where the mummers are, 2nd Street, not 2nd Street.
Right.
All right. You're talking $800, $700 to 1.1, if not more. Mm-hmm. And you're in more congestion. I'm throwing that out there because you can afford to buy it. You might not get exactly where you want, but you're getting a brand new home. You're getting, I think it's the 5-year tax abatement right now on homes. They took it from the 10 to the 5. Alan Dom, who I think undisputed one of the best realtors in the world and hugest guys, came here as a locksmith making $15,000 a year, now to being, worth a couple $1 billion and owning 3/4 of Rittenhouse because he cared about it. When he came to Philadelphia, he believed that Philadelphia, Rittenhouse was the beachfront. Rittenhouse is the space that everything goes out from. It is Rodeo Drive. It is Beverly Hills and everything. And that's why he's built those things that are there. But you don't have to be in the most expensive spot, but own real estate. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It builds wealth for yourself.
It does. I mean, and at the end of the day, Grace Ferry is a little tidbit you didn't know. I actually grew up in Grace Ferry.
Okay.
Literally grew up in Grace Ferry, 26th Street. So that was always a working class neighborhood where you could get a good priced home. You're close to University City. Mm-hmm. You're close to everything, pretty much. And then you have almost like a pocket. What I'd love to see happen in Grace Ferry is an explosion of more restaurants.
Yeah, that's what it's lacking.
It needs more of that. It needs more restaurants, more coffee shops, things of that nature to kind of elevate it a little bit.
It's that community it needs to build because that whole area is being rebuilt.
Absolutely.
They've gone through these other places and once there's people there that people will then ultimately build something. It's not like you're going to build a really cool coffee shop and not have anybody coming into it.
Right.
They can afford it. There's, where it's at. And unfortunately, the city of Philadelphia, as all cities, it goes through a plate thing. It starts on the middle and then it rolls out and then they start cleaning everything up. And then what it does, it gets to the edge and then it comes back again and then they start again in the center. So there's different areas that are re-getting vitalized and things of that nature. You're seeing city blocks being built, knocked down and putting different kind of space in. I had somebody on the radio the other day. It was, matter of fact, Adam Panici from TN Moore, who builds a lot of skyscrapers and stuff like that. And I also had Brendan and Ryan from H in Philly. Great guys, do all commercial and multifamilies. They're saying the biggest transition is taking some of these office buildings and converting them into now apartments,
like residential spaces.
Kind of like the Four Seasons is up top there, and then you have this. Instead of building new buildings, they're doing reconversions or reconditioning on them, because we were saying the office space. We're here at the radio station today, and the parking lot's packed, and you were shocked.
Well, you know what? I think so. I agree with them. I think we're going almost into a very Asian market style model, and what I mean by that is commercial on the first floor. Yeah. And condominiums. So you have your commercial on the first floor and all residential. You look at Broadway, Washington.
Yeah.
What they did, right? Commercial on the bottom, all residential, and that's a model that's been built in Asia forever. You just kind of don't leave. Like they want you to stay. Like
they're building that in the suburbs now.
There's a giant right underneath all of the condos. There's a Target. You know what I mean? Like everything is centralized. It's wonderful. So I think people like convenience. There's a gym. I think it's a positive thing. It's a model that I think makes sense. I think it also protects the investor, but it's also about the people enjoying the space.
It's about living your best life in the space that you're choosing. And Philly is a great place to live if you like it. We're, an hour and a half to the beach at the max. We're go to the mountains where snow is, which we don't have a lot right now.
Right.
Just like the Midwest, but I think we have more than them. Okay, real quick. What do you see in the real estate market in 26? We got a couple minutes here. I want to get some insight. What do you see is going to happen?
Okay, so this is what I think is going to happen, and I think lots of times people talk about buyer's market, seller markets. That's like the old cliche, right? Buyer, seller markets, right?
It's a market.
It's a market. It's a market. It always fluctuates. It changes. What I'm going to tell buyers out there right now is something I hope gives them some confidence, and this is my feeling on what's going on right now. We're going to use whatever hypothetical interest rate you want to use, 6.5%, 7%, whatever it is right now. Advantage: you're not in a bidding war. There's really no cheap money slopping around. People are not willing to pay $50,000 over asking price anymore. People are getting inspections. Good stuff. Good stuff for the buyer. Why is this good? Because you have options after this. Yes, you can sit and wait till it goes back down to 3%, which it may never happen. You get it at 6%, it goes down to 3%, you refi.
Buy a house, take the rate.
Take it now because you're getting a fair price on the market at 6%. You're going to look like a genius. It goes up to 8% and you bought at 6%. You look like a genius. Yeah. You bought at 6%.
I got into business, the interest rate for 14.9%.
Yes. And okay. And then there's going to be, of course, the world we live in now. Everyone's got something to say. So someone says, well, if it goes up to 8 or 9%, then the house's price will drop. This is true. Of course, it'll drop a little bit. But over that 30 years, depending on how long that mortgage is that 5,000 or 10,000 drop going to actually make out where you actually need?
All right, let's talk about sellers real quick. What do you see for the seller in this marketplace?
Sellers, I think, are
really depending on the pocket.
Yeah, I think it's definitely, we're going back to location.
Yep.
We had lost location for about 2 years where it just went bananas. I think sellers are going to have to be more understanding that that there is not a lot of cheap money out there. You will get a good market value, and to be you want to. We're going to go back to hospitality for 1 second. I'm going to parlay this.
Zoom it up because we're getting ready to end here.
We're ending up soon. I'm going to wrap it up in a minute. You go in, and you open up the wine guide, right? Yep. And you go, what do I want to get? You got $2,000 bottle of wine, $80 bottle of wine, and everything in between. sellers, price yourself in the 150, 200. You want the guys that are going out with their wife for an anniversary and they want to get a
price
good
point is where you want.
They want a good value. They want to look and go, I don't want to buy the most expensive house on the block. I want a good value. That's what I want. I don't want
That's key. You always don't want the biggest. You'd love to have the lowest, but overall, you're going to stay in. So if somebody wants to get to you, how are they going to get to you? What's the best way? George Chavanne, are they going to get to you? Chavanne, George Chavanne to get to you.
They can call me whatever they want as long as they call me.
Hey, call George.
So very easy, guys, out there. Phone number, 215-620-3798. If you do look me up, Chava, 2 N's and an E for Chavanne. I'm the only Chavanne out there.
There you go.
So you can't miss me.
You are one of a kind.
I am one of a kind.
You know what I enjoy about the conversation? We had a transaction together. And this is how this whole radio thing, was. I was like, you got to get on a radio show. We're going to have some fun. But everybody's like, what do you mean? What do I do? But it's fun to do and to share with other professionals in the business. And I enjoyed working that transaction with you. You helped a client that was really looking for a new house with his family. And I had a guy who was doing a flip and it didn't work out exactly the way he wanted it. But the point is they met in the middle. They both compromised a little bit. The deal worked out, but we changed 2 lives, and we got the chance to bond, which is
it was great.
Which is a fun run.
It was, and you know what? It's nice when things. It's an agreement. It's nice when things work out. When both parties can walk away and say, you know what, this was good.
That's when you're doing a good real estate deal. I like I say it all the time. Work with a professional realtor. I know the average is 3.6 houses out there. Stop. Work with somebody who's doing at least 20 homes in a year that knows what they're doing. You don't want to go in and do your own brain surgery on that stuff. So,
very true.
So you have that going. If you need to reach out to me, 267-214-7728. George, you're going to do this again. This was fantastic. I love your passion about disability. I love to hear your insight of where we're going. Remember the 3 funnels: change lives, make money, have fun. Go out and change a life this week. You never know whose life you're going to change. It might be yours. And remember, we don't rise to the level of our expectations. We fall to the level of our training. How much are you doing to get better every day? God bless. Have a great week. George, always a pleasure, man.
Craig, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
All right, let's go.
That's it.